tail up. And that's on the pads. That's very close. Now the only thing that might have saved him could have been the bounce. Well, I fancy this is really close. Gets into line. If anything, we'll need to look at the height, but as far as the straight is concerned, well, did it pitch outside? Yes, it did. Just outside the leg stump. Well, he's got a very good eye, the umpire, Bansal. That's a good decision. Ten for 2, the last man dismissed, Nathan Astle, in this fashion. The shot was never really on. He had very little time to move that back foot of his. Only managed to get the bottom edge and drag it back onto the middle stump. It's not a pretty sight if you're a New Zealander, but Sean Pollock won't mind that. 2 wickets for him. Again, wrapped on the pads. Once again, he was looking to play across the line towards the onside. We'll have to see again where it pitches. Well, that'll be later. 11 for 2. Keep his concentration and his cool. Now, this is the last ball of the previous over. Once again, the umpire is right. Once again, the height would have been the talking point if that ball had pitched on line. Very good start here for the South Africans. And the New Zealand captain off the mark. And it's a shot like that. Nothing wrong with that. Just hit through the line. And the ball racing across the boundary line. That's typical Cairns. Well, he hit that so easily. Just really didn't even follow through on it. Just a little half follow through, little punch. Didn't even middle it. There was no swing and no deception to it. Just gets forward, gets through the line. Very easy, lots of power. And that's the talent he has. No risk at all in that shot. Just hitting through the line and finding the boundary. That ball pitched a little more further up than Telemarcus would have liked. The 6 runs coming off that last over, 17 for 2. Overthrows here. And 5 runs for Chris Cairns. Pollock won't be happy at all because that does take the pressure off a little bit. Well, the South African's not happy with that. Kuzner picks up. I don't think there was a chance for the run out. He was well in, but nobody backing it up. And that is poor. One of the trademarks of South Africa's fielding is that it's an all-encompassing effort. And if somebody picks up the ball, he must be allowed to have a shy. If he thinks there's a chance, somebody's got to back it up. Look at it.
Gee, he's hit that very well. Fast outfit here at the Kallang Cricket Club, and it's gone away for... That's a lovely stroke, straight through the line of the ball. Not too much of a flourish, not too much swing of the arms, but he's hit it right out of the screws.
Right out of the screws. Not wrong there, Mike, because it didn't bother running. Just stood there as if this was a bowling machine. Boom. There you go. Pitch that.
Yeah, a lot of guys will be quite extravagant with their driving and a huge big follow through, much like a golf swing, but not Fleming. It's a bit of a punch more than anything. And off a little bit wide, trying to tempt Fleming to go for the drive. It certainly wasn't a half volley.
You know, just talking about the captaincy, I think when he was in that sort of fluent form, you saw that more classical follow through, sort of stand, deliver, and finish with a bigger follow through.
Quick single this time. Gary Kirsten, direct hit. Wow, that's brilliant stuff from Kirsten. He did it the other day against Pakistan, and Fleming thought that maybe he was on his heels. He wasn't. He's too experienced for that, and that is a huge wicket for South Africa.
Kamikaze stuff, really. I mean, this is just suicide. I mean, he's just hit it too well. It's never on. And Kirsten, I mean, it's just too wily for that sort of carry on, to be on his heels. You saw it the other day. And
it's a very good shot. That's going to run away as well. It's not a bad way to get off the mark.
well, too, he's not a great hooker of the ball. Anyone with a bit of pace, but certainly that's hit quite high up on the blade. And very early on in his innings, he only faced the 6 balls. Watch this, it just harsh on the bat and he gets a bit cramped. It's more of a shoveler, and he just usually paddles it round the corner.
Got him! Jokars has struck in his first over. New Zealand in deeper trouble here. First 4 are down. The flags are waving in the stand. And South Africa will be very, very happy with this start.
Well, bring on those girls. They might as well come out and bat. Because Kiwis at this stage don't look as though they want to play in the final. It's do and die semi here. As Roger Twos doesn't go anywhere on the crease. Pays the ultimate price. And he's gone for 8. New Zealand 54 for 4.
So Craig McMillan is the next man in, 23 years of age. Average is not as high as it should be for a player of his calibre. High score of 86 versus South Africa in Adelaide, 97-98. But New Zealand in big trouble.
Hellis and Klusner doing a good job. It's gone here. Another wicket goes down, and this is a very big one. Chris Cairns, who's done all the hard work, has hit that drive straight to Sean Pollock at short extra cover. So everything going right here for the South Africans. And New Zealand in deep, deep trouble.
Well, that was a very well thought out dismissal as far as the South Africans are concerned. Chris Cairns has been driving the ball through that area quite often, and Sean Pollock doing the right thing, coming into that position, just creating a pressure. Chris Cairns going back to the pavilion after playing a good knock, 27, New Zealand 55 for 5.
It's all 5s for New Zealand here, 55 for 5 as Chris Harris comes out to the centre. 130 against Australia's best. That was a superb innings in the World Cup. Very capable lower order batsman. And he comes out to the middle with his, again, a loud shout here. Now we'll have to see where this ball is pitched. Umpire Gamni Silva took a long time and then ruled in favour of the batsman.
Well, the only thing which could have saved Chris Harris over here was if the ball pitched outside the leg stump. But the ball did pitch on the middle leg. Just on the leg stump. Well, there is a doubt it should go to the batsman.
So Klusner here into his 3rd over. That's a good shot. That's firmly struck and will find the boundary. Good confident shot from Harris.
Well, if you offer a bit of width to the left-hand batsman, they can hit you with the walking stick. Chris Harris very strong in that area, timing the ball beautifully. There wasn't much feet movement over there, but picked up the line right.
And this is put away nicely. This is a good shot from Harris. Trademark shot of his through the extra cover. And a fine one-day player he is. Klusner just getting it in the wrong area. He's very strong outside that off stump. Likes a bit of width.
He likes it there. You talk about left-handers liking it there. And South Africa still happy, and why wouldn't you be at 67 for 5? Now 71 for 5, still attacking.
Well, he's out. Klusner struck for South Africa. McMillan plays a loose shot, and that's the softest missile for New Zealand, just when they didn't need it. Klusner struck.
Happy knack of picking up wickets, Lance Klusner, but this soft Wow, this is just a little spongy job, isn't it? Eh? What a shocker. And unfortunately, New Zealanders have picked some poor options this morning. He goes for one after 17 balls. New Zealand 72 for 6.
Adam Perori comes into bat, 29. So Callis into Harris, and with just a little, absolutely no sort of anything else but just take that.
Well, I don't want to be negative about this, but when Fleming got run out, Keynes hit the very next ball for 4. This is just what's happened here. We've seen a wicket, and then start of a new over, and been smashed down the ground.
Oh! Well, this one just gone past that leg stump. And that was close.
Yeah, I'll be interested to have another little peep at this.
There, mate.
Can't have been far away. Oh, just off the pad. Just enough to go through the legs. Hoffus. Frustrating for the fielding side. But everyone's a bonus. I'll take him.
Well, this is put away by Harris, just short of the length with the lack of pace. And Harris has waited his opportunity. He's pounced.
It's gone. Just a little bit of extra bounce, I think, and took the glove in the end from Adam Perori. And Nick Pothas had quite a bit of time, even though they're not the easiest catches to take, he had quite a bit of time to go forward and make sure he got 2 hands to it.
Well, a bit of pace from Andrew Hall and cramping Adam Perore. The idea was right, but the execution was not that good. New Zealand 94 for 7.
So the new batsman is Scotty Cyrus. Now, didn't have a good day with the ball the other day, just went over for 10 runs, but he played pretty well with the bat, 16 runs off 8 deliveries, 25 years of age, very much a one-day specialist. He's prepared to mix it up a little bit. His performance of 43 against India not so long ago. And of course, he's there because Adam Perori was dismissed, and a little bit of movement back in towards the batsman. That was the problem for Adam Perori, cramping him up. Now that's pretty much what Andrew Hall does. Sometimes bowls a little bit wide of the crease, but he has an interesting angle from his wrist. There it is, it's forcing the ball back in. That's the line he's got to bowl, but it's a very good shot from Cyrus. And he's got off the mark with a very good bounce. That's a good way to start.
Well, Ray, bad ball from South African bowlers. Cyrus picking up the line beautifully, and he pounced onto it like a flash. Beautifully timed by Cyrus. Look at the follow through of the bat. Perfect.
This time he's had a go, and he's got it away exactly where he wanted to get away the previous ball. That's an important boundary. Extra bounce there from Roger Telemarcus. We've seen that once or twice, and that was good thinking from Boyer. It's gone for 5 in the end because of overthrows, but I think you might have found that if had Nicky Boyer hit the stumps, he might have been out. Sean Pollock perhaps can be blamed for being a bit sluggish backing up.
It's always very tight when it comes to direct hit in one-day international with this technology, with the camera and all that. It was a brave decision from Nicky Boyer. Had it hit the stumps, Cyrus would have been short of his ground.
Yeah, Cyrus is more content on giving Telemarcus the glare, I think. 127 for 7. Between Harris and Cyrus, and time for a change in commentary. It's now Danny Morrison and Ravi Shastri.
Always in check, simply because New Zealand have lost wickets at regular intervals. Every time a partnership was threatening, a wicket fell. And now it's Telemarcus. Now he's got him here. This is an important wicket, that of Harris, looking to nudge it away towards third man. just getting the outside edge there, and it went straight to the keeper. Harris disappointed because he'd done all the hard work, but Telemarcus has struck here for South Africa.
Well, I give him a kiss of death, poor Chris Harris, because he'd thrown anchor and had to hang around. But you'll watch there on the replay, the feet don't go. He's bitterly disappointed. But, he goes for 42, 129 for 8.
129 for 8. Paul Wiseman comes out to the centre a lot earlier than he would have expected. Didn't play in the first match against Pakistan. Now that's firmly struck. Attempted slower delivery, but Wiseman has spotted it very quickly. There's no long on. So this is a good shot from the number 10.
Yep, an attempted off spinner, and nice sensible stroke. Down the ground, looks at his options, wants to play straight, use the full face.
Has a big shout, that's going to be close. Not close enough, obviously, outside the line of off stump. Gary Kirsten, the chaser, just managed to get there and stop the ball and does a bit of damage to the advertising boards. And 2 more runs.
Well, that was well fielded by Kirsten. He chased it all the way. Pretty committed. Let's have a look. And where did this pitch? Just pitched outside, hit him outside. It's a good decision.
That's very close. First ball back from Sean Pollock, and it's close enough. Up goes the finger, so Pollock is struck. He picks up his 3rd wicket. He's really bowled a bit quicker today with a bit more zip, and he set the example first up, and he's looking to finish it off again.
Yes, he also bowls pretty straight. Gets close to the wicket. A few miss he hits normally. And that one not bouncing very much. That's adjacent. Good wicket for South Africa. And the end of Scott Styrus. Useful 23. New Zealand now 157 for 9.
Jeff Allett is the last man in for New Zealand, 28 years of age. Doesn't average too much with the bat, but he can be damaging with the ball. Oh, that one certainly kept it a little bit low. Just held the pace back a little bit from Pollock.
In the last decision, Pollock coming pretty close. This is the last delivery from Sean Pollock, just going past the outside edge. Allett playing down the Bakerloo line. One pitches outside, hits in line, and that's a pretty good decision.
Slow ball, beautifully bowled by Andrew Hall. Just rolled it out of the fingers. Came back a fraction, but not quite enough.
Well, he just rolled it out, nice and slow, held its line, and, well, number 11 playing down the wrong line.
Got him. Hitting across the line, that one keeping a little bit low, also perhaps a fraction too full for that sort of stroke. And that's the end of the New Zealand innings, and Andrew Hall chips in with another wicket. That's good bowling.
Well, the number 11 batsman, he forgot the role that he had to play. His job was to stay there till the end. He got a bit clever, inside edge, and clean bowled. Andrew Hall picking up the last wicket, and he enjoys that, no doubt. Well, says it's easy. The end of Allett for 1, and New Zealand all out for 150
in the last match, and Pat Simcox alluded to how much he's played in recent times. Extremely experienced. 137 opens the innings, so there are 137 innings, and that average, pretty impressive.
That's a good shot. Nicely leaning into it, Gary Kirsten. He'll get his 2nd boundary.
Yeah, no need to run for those, because this is by no means a bad ball. It's a good length ball, trying to get that ball to shape away from Kirsten. This time Kirsten uses his feet beautifully. Lovely solid position, good platform. See, it wasn't a bad ball. The shot was equal to it.
And Cairns now sharing the attack. And straight away some extra bounce. That surprised Kirsten.
Yes, Kirsten will be opening those eyes a bit more. He's really banged this in, Cairns. And being a tall man, Kirsten not so tall. And that hard ball, this will get up. Perfect height, in fact, because we know the old no ball rule, over shoulder height is a no ball.
Good shot. Second time he's hit the ball in that gap. And the same result.
Yes, looks like an easy game at the moment for Kirsten. Effortless. Back and across and just leant forward. Yeah. Lovely execution. Had a whip. And lovely timing.
That's a good shot. Controlled cut shot there. And 2 boundaries in that last over. So Kirsten looking good, 22 for no loss. Good shot to end the over. Nicely across with that back foot. Coming down on it nicely too. And hold this time. So South Africa dealing in boundaries. Nice way to get off the mark.
Well, he missed out earlier when he punched one into the ground to McMillan in the gully. But he cashes in this time. But too much width there from Mallet. And free those arms inside the first 15 overs.
That's a good shot again. Just making it to the boundary. Very quick to put the loose ball away.
And this is the 6th boundary already hit by the South African openers. And it all just looks so effortless. And a little bit too short, and a little bit too much width, Chris Cairns.
And that's pulled away. Good shot from Gary Kirsten. And a boundary to end the over. 40 for no loss. This is a fine shot from Gary Kirsten. Look how quickly he swivels on that back foot of his. Gets the bat speed going. Gets the placement too. He looked to be in an awkward position because the ball seemed to hurry on him. But good adjustment in the end.
Well, he can hit it that way, and there's no protection square on the offside. That's exactly where Vittori didn't want to bowl. Short and wide outside the off stump, and he's put it away with ease.
Well, the problem that a spinner that bowls it very slowly faces on a slow wicket, if you are on length, it just sets up and says, hit me. And that's exactly what happened here. Underpitched, chucked it up, nothing on a ball, and nobody back. 4.
So that brings up the 50 stand for the performance. For the second time in this tournament, actually, 61 opening stand in the other game, the first game South Africa played against Pakistan. So almost at a run of ball. That's good work from these two. Kirsten, the more dominant. Put it away again is Andrew Hall, and this is going to go all the way for another 4. So it's the second 4 off the over. That's a rarity from Vittori, and South Africa now 54 for no wicket. So a boundary off the 4th for the over, and a boundary off the last for the over. Both in the same region, towards the roller. He's got such a good eye as Andrew Hall. Anything slightly short, just rocks on that back foot, hits down on top of the ball, which is important. And Vittori, all he can do is watch the ball travel to the rope. That's a lovely shot. I mentioned before that Andrew Hall's got such a good eye. Just rocked onto the back foot and smacked it through the covers.
Really good shot from Andrew Hall. Gave himself room. That was, well, he urged short. South Africa have been involved in the test series, but one day been involved in the Sri Lanka, where it's been London slowly turning. It's been slow to put a ball at that ball when it's spin. Anything short, that ball when it's spin, anything short, put away easily.
Oh, that's a loose one. And that is just clubbed straight.
Well, that was a dreadful delivery from Vittori. Just stuck in the hand, dragged it down, and as you say, well, where could you hit that? Anywhere you like. He's just chosen to club it down over the McCullough's head. Just a bludgeon.
Not a bad choice, really, because when you do get a really bad ball, sometimes you can hit it straight to a fielder. Oh, got that on that. Took it around the corner, so this has been a good over for South Africa. Another bad over from Vittori, though. And that's back-to-back boundaries.
Well, again, just sliding on with the arm, no spin. Well played by Hall. Just gets a bat in it. Just enough. Not what New Zealand need right now.
All fours off Vittori now.
Good use of his feet. Excellent placement. It's another boundary here for Gary Kirsten.
That was a great stroke from Gary Kirsten. He is feeling very confident out there, using his feet, getting down to the pitch of the ball, and then hitting the ball through the vacant area at extra cover. He looked very well balanced.
Oh. Every now and then he does bowl the quicker delivery, and on that occasion, Gary Kirsten's placement is superb. He allows the ball to come onto the bat, plays it late, comes down on it at the very last minute. And mind you, there's not much room there.
But Gary manages it beautifully.
That smash back. It was in the air for a little while, but that was hit really hard by Andrew Hall. Extra flight from Wiseman. It gets the treatment.
The good thing about that stroke was he gave himself a bit of room to swing his arms. And then hitting between the bowler and the mid-on for a boundary.
Oh, it gives him this option. He's holed out here. So the pressure has worked from the New Zealand point of view. They picked up their first wicket. Andrew Hall not quite getting hold of it, and Chris Cairns making no mistake in the deep. Well, South Africa have lost their first wicket.
Well, it was a very well thought out dismissal by the New Zealanders, creating a gap at mid-wicket, enticing the batsman to go over top of the mid-wicket. Andrew Hall choosing to go over mid-wicket, but hold out at mid-on for 46. South Africa 94 for 1.
So Jack Hollis comes out to the centre with his team in a very good position. 105 matches.
He plays the ball beautifully between two fielders. Got all the timing right. Saw the juicy full toss and pounced onto it quickly. Nice way to get off the mark.
Loose delivery put away. Easy pickings there for Jack Hollis. Full toss, it was wide, and all he had to do was get some bat on it and open the face of the blade.
Okay, that was a full toss, but it needed to be put away. Jack Hollis making sure he plays that ball into the gap.
That's 4 more. There's no one in the deep. Another loose delivery, and Kirsten's been there long enough to put that away.
This is beautiful batting from Gary Kirsten. Last ball he faced from Wiseman, he used his feet to get down to the pitch of the ball, and this time he waited.
And that's a good shot from Kellis. Just placed there. There's no man out in the deep. That's a beautiful, beautiful shot from Jock Kellis. Good cricket shot. Finding the gap.
See the delivery come out the back, and a classy Mr. Kellis. Injury or no injury, look at this. Just lovely extension there. Head leaning into the ball. smooth.
And that's the 50. It's well played, Gary Kirsten. Nice and solid for South Africa.
Well, don't know about the banker, Pat. What about the pig? Makes an absolute pig of himself at this level. And he's got an impressive record. He loves scoring runs.
This one put away nicely by Callis. Beautiful shot.
Just slightly over toss. You don't see that too often from Chris Harris. It's a very wide half volley. Easy stuff for Callis.
He's gone again. Through the gap. All the way.
Yes, Pat, when you're trying to defend 159, and the run rate's at 5.1, you certainly can't have the fielders back. He's got to try and strangle the life out of South Africa and pick up wickets. And at the moment, Harris just not getting in the right spot.
A lot of width again, and Kirsten's onto it in a flash. Behind square, puts it away. Another 4.
Yes, his 9th boundary. In both sides of the wicket. Scott Styrus. Talk about taking over Gavin Larson's role. Fortunately, he's just not in the same league as Larson. Certainly not this afternoon. Both sides of the wickets and too many different lengths.
Kirsten's down the wicket, gone over the top. There's a man down at deep mid-on. You can get round and pick it up. Let's get the 2. Kirsten happy to just come down and chip it over.
Yeah, good sensible stuff. Didn't try to smash it and slog it. He chipped it. McMillan did well.
Kirsten laced into this one. And he's hit that off the centre.
Now this is one where he just danced down the wicket, sensibly chipped it, and then Torrey decides to put this one outside off stump a bit more. Unfortunately for him, pays the price. Full and wide. Too easy.
And he's chipped that one straight back to Styrus, leading edge. Callis goes.
Yes, try to get this through the onside and almost sort of far too early on it. Hand comes off the blade. And the simplest of catches, Scott Styrus, but a little bit of a disappointment there for Callis. He got in, got set, and got out. 141 for 2.
The man that's come in, Darryl Cullinan at number 4, age 33, been around a while, 131 matches, 300s, good average, 124 versus Pakistan. A while ago was top score, but of late, battle with form. Tries to turn it to the onside, as you see. Just gets the leading edge, ball holds up on him a little bit. It's a bit slow now, ball's got old as well. Big appeal from Vittori. Kirsten's got his foot down a long way. Wishful thinking.
Well, the ball pitching way outside the off stump, and he was never in danger of getting a leg before decision from the umpire.
It's just hit him outside the line as well. I'll have to hustle here as Cullinan almost run out. Well, how often don't we see Cullinan run out? It was his call. Kirsten just played it away behind square. Cullinan nearly got run out by direct hit. Good fielding. I think he was in the frame.
Well, Cullinan wasn't actually expecting that the fielder would get across and was shy at the stumps.
And Sean Pollock, well, look at his captaincy record. Played 14, won 5, lost 7, side 1, but he has really come to the party for South Africa at a crucial time in our cricket, well, in South Africa's cricket time, when there's been so much strife involved in the game. He's taken over the side and, in my opinion, has led it exceptionally well. Oh, that one short and wide. Cullinan on the back foot, just waits for it. A nice looking shot from Darrell.
Well, bread and butter shot at this standard. It was wide and short. All Darrell had to do was just place the ball through the gap.
Kirsten's edged this one. It's just bounced short of the keeper. I'll just get the one. It's hit Perori, I fancy, in the chest. Not an easy ball to take. Just 3 more needed now.
Well, the idea was right, but the execution wasn't that great. He was lucky the ball fell short of Adam Perore.
Yes, that one just bouncing in front of him. Kirsten's got this through the gap. Will that go all the way? Well, they certainly pick up the 2 they need. And Gary Kirsten finishes it off. And a win for South Africa.
Well, this has been a convincing victory for the South Africans. They outclass New Zealanders in every aspect of the game. And this is the thing about the great teams in this world, that even they got beaten in the previous game, but they still were able to learn the positives. And look at that convincing victory. New Zealand getting out for 158, and the South African doing it